All right, folks, we're moving on to the next topic at hand. This is the one that's going to be fun. We're going to do a top 10 most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Now, the
Yep.
criteria for this, and I hope Nick follows it, is that you have to be a starter. You're the main starter. So Shador Sanders would not be in this conversation. I'm not going to do that to the kid. You have to be a starter. Overrated does not mean you're not good.
No.
Does not mean you're not good. It means you're rated on a level for which you do not meet that level of rating. That's why I hate when people yell overrated when you win a big game in a sport and you beat the number one team. Then people start saying overrated. Like you just beat the number one team in the country. How is you? So you just demeans your own win, which is stupid. But here, so we got the top 10 most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Do you want to go first, or do you want to go 10 and 10? We can go
Yeah, let's
10.
go
You
10 and
good
10.
with- Okay.
Let's do it like that.
Okay. Who is your number 10?
Justin Fields.
What? Justin Fields. You think
Justin
he's
Fields.
overrated? Who the hell thinks he's good?
I'm just going by. So I'm going by the criteria of where he was drafted.
Okay. But that was like 5 years ago, 6 years
It
ago.
doesn't. It still was drafted as a top player,
But
in the league,
okay.
and also by he's been so bad that the rating has to drop. Now,
I don't
Rudy,
know how you can overrate a guy who everyone thinks sucks. I mean, but okay,
Rudy,
he just got benched.
Rudy,
Okay.
he was the top. He was one of the highest
That was
rated.
years ago.
He was one of the highest rated college players coming out. Got drafted number 11. And right now, he can't throw for 45 yards in the game.
Okay.
45, 50 yards in the game.
Okay.
That's fucking terrible. You have to make the list. I don't care.
But he's been that for 5 years.
Rudy, when you can't get in over Russell Wilson, who every team is dying to give away for free and don't even want on their field, you have to make the list. I'm sorry, Rudy.
Okay.
You have to be on the 10 quarterback list. You have to be.
Okay.
Because also when it comes to like being rated, like he was.
I disagree with you, but
like,
okay. I mean, it's your list.
One of the highest rated quarterbacks coming out of college. They graded him as the highest.
I only had 2 kids when that happened. You weren't even married yet.
That was only about 5, 6, 7.
At a certain
8.
point, you're no longer like. At a certain point, you're not overrated. You just suck.
5 years ago, he was drafted as the 11th pick. I just
all right. So all your picks are draft picks, then okay, high draft picks. Okay.
No, not all of them, but
number 10
it had something to do with it.
My number 10 is Caleb Williams. He's
was
the number 1 pick in the draft, literally fucking last year.
Fringe, but he's playing better this year.
Okay, he's playing better this year. Yeah, he was number 1 pick in the draft. And it was last year, right? Last year he was number 1 pick in the draft. Last year, am I correct? Am I wrong?
Yeah, 100%.
Caleb Williams right now in the NFL this year he's thrown for 2,329 yards, 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. This man completes 59.7% of his passes.
Is that good?
That is the shit that Dan Marino did in 1988 when every pass was down the field. You notice how the passing completion percentages are way up because all they do is throw swing passes. Quarterbacks back then, they threw the ball down the field.
It's
like,
different.
They threw the ball and you got hit. Like it was actually you got hit to play football. And
it was 3 receivers on the field.
It was fear. 59.7 to throw for 59.7% completion rate in the NFL today is utterly horrendous. It's
I got somebody
horrendous.
Who will beat that.
It's so bad.
I got somebody who will beat that.
Okay, okay, he's number 10. So what's your number 9?
Number 9, Jaden Daniels. Rudy,
you got a weird
I have to go with availability.
Rookie of the year last year made the
I don't care. So availability. If you're not going to be available, then you're overrated.
Overrated based on getting injured? He dislocated his elbow, Nick.
Rudy, he's hurt all year and his body is fucking fragile. He's probably going to be hurt most of his career. He's overrated. I don't see him as he's not going to withstand his.
Are you gonna go by the criteria, or
I'm going by the criteria.
You just called Justin overrated, but now Jaden Daniels, who won Rookie of the Year last season and took his team to the playoffs, and they won a playoff game, is now overrated because he got injured this season.
And he probably will continue to be injured throughout his career because he has a small, fragile ass body, and he won't make it year after year unless he change up his diet. He put on some weight, which probably won't. So I have him as overrated. Yes, availability. If you can't play, you're overrated.
You can't play, you're overrated.
Your best ability is availability.
But that doesn't.
You're not going to be available.
That doesn't. All right.
Whatever. What you mean? That's part of it, Rudy.
It's the second season where he just won Rookie of the Year.
Overrated.
Tua Tagovailoa.
At 9.
At 9. Tua Tagovailoa is paid like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, top 6. He can't. I mean, his game is completely off timing. The guy makes mistakes at the most inopportune times, almost all the time. He misses guys that are wide open. He makes mistakes that are so basic in nature that it is hard to watch this guy play quarterback. And I'm not, and I'm sure you'll agree with this. If I run a route and I have if I have a 3rd and 3, and my receiver's has run a 2-yard route, but he's running in this direction, and I throw the ball here and make him stop and have to turn the fuck around
to
catch
accurate.
the ball, and now he's short because you didn't lead him with that pass, because then he keeps running. It's the easy first down. Now, and I've seen him make that play 1,000 times where he throws it behind Waddle or Tyreek Hill or whoever. They got to turn around, jump in the air, catch it. Now there's the DB hit, play is short. That's it. That guy does that notoriously. He's thrown 13 interceptions this season. He is paid like he is a star, and he sucks. And I can't stand him. The only reason I don't have him higher is because I don't rate him as shit, because I watch him play every week. But the rest of the world looks at him as if he's somebody who's actually good, which blows me away. So that's my number.
I ain't mad at that.
And he was a number 5 pick in the draft just like 5 years ago. And he's been the starter for 5 years. And he, after the first year with Mike McDaniel, everyone figured out the offense and was like, they can't run this bullshit against us. He has no way to adjust. He's fucking trash.
I'm mad at that.
Number 8.
My number 8 is Love.
Ooh, you froze. You
Jordan
Love.
Jordan Love.
Okay.
I just think he has high expectations. I don't think he's going to live up to it. When you have big moments, big games, they played Philly, can't score. Carolina, can't score. The numbers look fantastic, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But when you're expected to be in the MVP conversation and your team is losing to bad teams, I just don't think you're that good. Especially when you have a good team around you, have a good offensive coordinator, you got a good head coach. He's frigid with the ball. He's antsy. He doesn't step into all of his throws. I just don't see him as a top. I think the reason why I'm going with this, Rudy, because I think he's rated high. This is the criteria, right?
Who rates him high? Do you think people rate him high?
Rudy, they had him as an MVP.
Who did? I never heard him as an
MVP. All the TV shows. Once they got Michael Parsons, he was one of the front runners for.
Once they got Michael Parsons, he became an MVP candidate.
Yes.
Okay. So a defensive end made him an MVP candidate.
Because they figured, hey, we got a defense now. All you have to do is score 25 points a game. You should be getting the ball back time and time again. Multiple possessions, score the ball. You have a nice core of receivers. Nice running back. A top 10 running back at that.
He's on pace to throw for 4,115 yards. He's got 15 touchdowns and 3 picks.
Okay, and what did he do against Philly? What did he do against Carolina? What did he do against the games that they needed to win? What did he do against Cleveland, against actually a good defense?
Okay. They beat Detroit.
How much points did they put up?
27.
Solid.
They put up 40 against Dallas. They had a tie.
Against Dallas defense at that time of the year before they made these trades.
They just beat they beat Pitt by 10. He had 360 in that game.
Before they made these trades.
Okay.
The numbers are gonna number. He's talented quarterback. The numbers are gonna number. But when it comes to like what they think of him and what he actually gets done when they need him, no.
Okay. My number 8 is Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is an example of being number 1 pick in the draft. Not the number 11 pick, number 1 pick in the draft, who has been a complete and utter abomination. He sucks. He sucks. Mm-hmm. He's paid. Isn't he paid like $55 million a year too?
Yes, he's paid.
Yeah. So another guy overpaid, underperforms. Another guy who is 1/10
$60 million a year.
0.1% better than Caleb Williams, 59.8% completion rating, 2,151 yards, 11 touchdowns to 8 picks. I mean, come on. Number 1 pick in the draft. Sunshine was supposed to be some savior. He is 26th in the league in QBR, 72nd in interceptions, 22nd in touchdowns, 15th in yards. I mean, hey, and yet they're 6-4. Don't ask me how. Because it ain't because of him. It sure as shit ain't because of him. Again, this overpaying of these mediocre bums as quarterbacks.
I don't like
talking
it.
Talking about how great they are. I think he's garbage. I think he's massively overrated. Number 7.
Kyler Murray.
No argument.
Little Call of Duty.
No argument.
I call him Little Call of Duty. When your coaches have to have
another number one pick in the
draft. When your coaches have to incentivize you to study as a number 1 draft pick, that's a problem. When Jacoby Brissett is getting the ball to the number 1 receiver more than you, and nobody wants you to play anymore, that's overrated. He's just not a good quarterback. Change the scenery. I don't know, and he's injured. I'm gonna have him at number 7. Kyler Murray.
My number 7 might surprise. Maybe it won't. I'm not sure. My number 7 overrated guy is Jalen Hurts. I'm surprised I don't have him higher up. Actually.
I knew you were gonna go there.
I think Jalen Hurts is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL. Probably should have him. I probably should redo this list, but I think there's other guys that people still regard as more. And he wasn't a first round. He was a 3rd round pick.
Okay.
2nd round pick, whatever he was.
Second round.
But, he was really good for a year. But then it's like you see a guy who, look at the numbers. This man somehow 16 touchdowns, 1 interception, but people will say that's amazing. Not really. Not really. He barely throws the ball.
198 yards a game.
He doesn't throw the ball. Like he does not throw the football. Your quarterback is averaging 199.5. Yeah, you're averaging less than 200 yards passing per game. That's not a quarterback. I don't pay you to run the ball. I pay you to throw the football. This guy has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games of less than 200 yards. 6. He's got 1 game over 300 yards this year. 1. They beat Detroit last.
Do he make mistakes?
They don't let him make mistakes. They handcuff him. They don't let him do anything. They throw short bitch passes. He's a short pass guy. He doesn't throw anything down the field really all that much. He has a long of 79, but he's not chucking the ball for bombs. Not when you're throwing fucking 6 games under 200 yards. He had a 51-yard play against Dallas the first game of the year. He threw for 152 yards. So 1/3 of his passing yards came on 1 play, and the other 18 averaged under 5 yards, averaged barely 5 yards of completion.
I love Love, man. I love everything about him. Just because of his leadership. Not love. Jalen Hurts. His leadership.
Ask Ben how he feels about Jalen Hurts. He's a Philadelphia Eagles fan.
Yeah, but
why aren't you holding him to the same criteria as you just held Jordan Love to? They beat the Packers 10-7.
Because he don't make mistakes. He
They beat
finds
the
a way to
Packers
win.
10-7. He completed 57.7% of his passes.
Jordan Love have a championship.
You think
Jordan Love out? No.
James has a championship?
Has he outdueled Patrick Mahomes twice?
No, he has not. Do you think
Josh
Allen has outdueled Patrick Mahomes multiple times and they've lost
in the regular season, not in the Super Bowl?
No, he's outperformed. He outperformed him in that one game that they lost when they decided. Then they gave that last field goal when they were up 3 with 13 seconds left. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes. Go back.
Outplayed him? I gotta go back and look at that numbers.
Remember how many points Buffalo scored in that fourth quarter?
I think the game was like 38-35. I want to say
the Bills were up by 3 with 13 seconds left. At that point, Josh Allen had outplayed Patrick Mahomes. Everyone thought that he outplayed him. Patrick Mahomes outplaying someone for a game. Does that mean that you're better than that? Does that mean that you're better than them because you outplayed him for a game?
Hey, man was phenomenal in the playoffs last year. Probably about 75-80% throwing. I mean, I can't get mad at that.
But we're not talking about last year. I'm about right now. I'm not talking about last. I'm about right now. Right now. You get right now. Right now. He's had 6 sub 200-yard games. 6. He's not even playing. He had 1 for 130. 1 for 101. They beat Kansas City. He threw for 101 yards.
Is he moving the chains by running the ball a little bit, or it's just got to be a thrower?
He's got 265 yards rushing in 10 games. He's averaging 26.5 yards rushing. This isn't Michael Vick or Cam Newton right here.
So how I'm gonna defend?
And that game, he had 15 yards rushing. So 116 yards, they won that game. That wasn't on him.
How am I gonna defend Hurts? Is he's a quarterback who has played with his offensive coordinator just how many times? The same offensive coordinator how many times?
Don't know, Nick. I don't
none.
Care
Zero. Never had the same offensive coordinator.
Head coach the last 5 years.
That he's not calling the plays. Continuity matters.
They run the same fucking tush push for 5 fucking years. So clearly the offensive coordinator knows how to run that fucking play, which they literally ran one time 4 straight times. 4 straight times. This guy had 116 total yards against Kansas City. They won. He had 192 total yards against Tampa. They won. He had 201 total yards against the Giants. They won. He had 210 total yards against Green Bay. They won. He had 166 total yards against Detroit last week. They won. That's not a guy who's winning games for them, bro.
So, seems like an offensive coordinator problem. And he also doesn't put the game. He doesn't lose the game either.
Okay.
Can't say that about a lot of quarterbacks.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Overrated.
Go ahead. Oh, it's on me.
Yeah, you're number 6.
Number 6, Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers. The most electrifying thrower of the football since Dan Marino ever to throw the football. Has done nothing. Don't push the ball down the field. Still comes with the hype. A lot of Jet fans before thought that he was going to be their savior. Didn't do it. And you know what, Rudy? I'm going to be real with you.
Hold on a second. What? Oh. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be real with you. I think my problem with Aaron Rodgers is his leadership over the years. And I think I still hold that bitch ass play that he didn't make against the Buccaneers on 3rd down. He had a chance to run the ball. Didn't run it. So I might be a little biased and just wanted to put Aaron Rodgers on there just because I don't like him.
You mean because the quarterback threw the ball instead of running the ball? He's a bitch ass. He threw the ball?
Yeah, because it was a wide. Rudy, you complain about that play all the time for him.
I see it from here. I'm not the guy playing quarterback. Like I may have seen a guy wide open in the end zone. You calling a bitch ass play? The real bitch ass play that we saw was in the Super Bowl. We saw a bitch ass play in the Super Bowl. That was the most bitch ass play. Not diving to recover your own fumble.
Cam Newton.
Yes,
Cam Newton.
That's a bitch ass play. Tell him the quarterback threw the. It was over because he didn't dive on the football.
The game was over already.
They were down by a score or 2 scores. Like
hell no. The game was over.
All right. I don't think throwing the ball as a quarterback is a bitch ass play, but okay.
If you had a chance to go to the Super Bowl and all you had to do is run for 5-6 yards.
Okay. There was no guarantee he was going to get
And
in, but okay. I mean, there's no
Rudy, the man was gonna.
guarantee.
He
No
was
guarantee
definitely
he was
gonna.
gonna.
If not, he was gonna be at the 1 yard line.
Okay. Wasn't it fourth
Who you
down?
got it? Who you got at 6? No, it was third down.
Kyler Murray. We can move on.
Okay.
Kyler Murray. We can move on. Number 5.
Okay. Joe Burrow.
Your reason is because of injury. Okay, we can move on.
He-
That's literally you.
Three
Literally
out,
just told us that overrated is based on if you're injured. Like, I mean,
3 out of 6 years he doesn't play. He can't stay on the field.
again, but how is that? I don't know.
How
Yes,
is
I agree. The best availability of the best ability is availability. But how does that make you overrated as a player if you get hurt?
because
I don't
you're not
understand
showing
it.
your because you're not showing your ability to play. Like I'm paying you money to play. You can't play.
Again, but how does that make you overrated as far as when you're out there and what you do when you're out there? I actually would have a bit. I'd feel better about an argument that says when the game matters, he fucking chokes, which I would say is possible.
I did that a couple times, but not enough to be, talk shit about him.
But you're
Like, in
talking shit
that
about
way.
him being hurt.
Yes, Rudy, 3 years out of 6, he has not been on the field. That plays a part of it.
Okay.
I can't overlook that. I like the guy when
So
he
you're
plays.
overrated is based on injuries now.
No, it has a part to do with it. It can't not just all be like you're not on the field. I pay you to be on the field. You're never there.
Okay, that doesn't make you. We fundamentally disagree on what overrated means because you're not even. He's not even the starter right now. So how the fuck can he be the? He has played what 2 games this year? He's injured.
Get your ass in the training room. That's part of it.
All right.
So if I pay you money and you're not playing, what does that mean?
If I pay you money, they just paid LeBron James to not play basketball for the first 10 games of the season. That motherfucker's played 82 games once in his whole career.
The man,
you don't think he's overrated? When he's missed 30 games, you ain't never called him overrated. When he missed half a season, you never called him overrated.
15 out of 20.
And he did it for 4 straight years where he missed half the year. You
15 or
overrated.
The man gave you 23 years, 15 out of those years, 16 out of those years.
Okay.
Not somebody who only played 6 years and 3 of them he hasn't played half of them.
Okay.
If you flip a fucking coin with Joe Burrow, he's out.
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, torn ACLs. I mean, that sucks. I mean, I'm sure he planned that. Torn elbows or torn shoulders. I'm sure he planned that. Number 5, I got Aaron Rodgers. Okay, number 4.
Why you got Aaron Rodgers? Why do you feel?
I think Aaron Rodgers sucks. I thought Aaron Rodgers has sucked for years. I think he's a piece of shit as a person. I think his statistics are puffed. I think that he doesn't take chances as a quarterback, which is why his interception numbers have always been lower. And I think what makes a quarterback that dude is the guy that's willing to risk it all. And he's never been willing to risk it all, even in the last decade. He won multiple MVPs late in his career, and we had to listen to Stephen A. Smith say, that bad man. Well, that bad man never fucking never challenges anybody.
Nope.
He only throws to open guys. He never, again, he doesn't try to put the ball in a thimble, in a keyhole. It's always the guy got to be open. And I find what? Wide open. Because for you to have years where you throw for 3 picks, like that's not quarterback. That's some guy who's throwing the ball to people that are open, taking the easy route. And that's why he's never been back to a Super Bowl in like over a decade. That's why. Because he's not willing to he's not willing to run that ball that you think that he would have gotten in. Yeah, you could say that too if you want to. I mean, so yeah, I vote, and I thought he was overrated with Green Bay, even when he was being named MVP. So
okay.
Because every time it mattered, he fucking disappeared.
100%. I agree. At number 4, I got J.J. McCarthy. Production to pick. And it's just how bad he is. When you throw it 52% completion as a quarterback in the NFL, in this NFL, 52% completing the ball, that's terrible. 8 touchdowns to 6 interceptions is terrible. Also, the second fact when you had a quarterback in Sam Darnold, who's lighting up the league right now, throwing the ball to, all over the field, and you have all these analysts who saying that JJ McCarthy is an amazing quarterback, and look how he threw this ball in, in this workout. He rolled out left and threw it all the way back right. And look at this play by JJ McCarthy. And now we're looking at it. He's god awful. He's like Christian Ponder 2.0. And I respect Christian Ponder because he got me a playoff check. I'll never take that away from Christian Ponder. He got me a playoff check. We beat Green Bay in 2012 to go to the playoffs. Now, granted, most of that was Adrian Peterson, but Christian Ponder was there, but he was never a quarterback that you thought deserved to be drafted that high out of Florida State. And I don't think J.J. McCarthy deserved to be drafted that high out of Michigan. I don't know where these pundits got this from, that he can play quarterback at a high level. J.J. Jefferson looked visibly frustrated. When you play with a great receiver, you should throw the ball more than 52% just by throwing it his way, that he's going to catch it. Like, no matter what the play call, I'm throwing the ball to this guy because he's amazing. But at 52%, that's just, I don't got much words for throwing the ball like that. So I got JJ at 4.
Okay. I got at 4. I got Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott,
Okay.
if you're going to hold people accountable for winning, like you held Jordan Love accountable for winning, Dak Prescott has had more weapons on his teams every year. Wide receiver, running back, they buy him players every year, and he finds a way when it matters to fucking disappear. His team, yeah, their defense stinks this year. Fine, he throws for yards. He gets stats. He gets stats. He's a stat guy. And when it matters against Green Bay, he loses on his own. He gets blown out the building in his home field. I mean, last year he missed half the season. I thought, being healthy matters according to you. He's got over the last 4 years, he's missed 9, 14, 20, 25 games over the last 7 years. It's a lot of games to miss, in my opinion, for a quarterback. But I mean, I'm not even basing it on that. I just think that he is completely overhyped. He was the first really bad NFL contract, a really bad contract. He started this bad contract shit. His yards per average per yard, average per attempt is way down. It's the worst he's had since his second year, not including last year when he missed 9 games. He's just, I'm nice guy. Great. Seems like a nice guy. I don't find him to be a leader. I don't care that he was drafted in the 4th round. I remember when Dak was in college, he was very good. Like, he was drafted way too low for his ability, in my opinion. And I don't think he helped himself by being so good, or them being so good his first year, because that you just set a standard up here that you're probably never going to reach again. To go 13-3 in the NFL, 14-3, they were 13-3, is really hard. Like, the odds of going 13-3 in the NFL, like, you sometimes don't have anybody that goes 13-3 in a season, let alone, doing it as a rookie.
Yeah.
So, maybe that's part of it. But yeah, they were 13-3. And then they lost in the first round of the playoffs. They lost in the divisional playoff to Green Bay at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. These contracts, I have higher expectations when you're getting paid like you're God. So, and he's a Dallas Cowboy, so he's automatically rated higher than everybody else because he's on the Cowboys. Number 3.
Yep. Tua Tagovailoa, $53 million a year, top draft pick. Can't throw the ball past the sticks unless it's a dig. I just can't play in weather under 40 degrees. Your coach obviously don't believe in you anymore. He's starting to get the ball A-chain a lot. You're not even throwing the ball 20 times a game right now. Like, $53 million a year. $53 million a year. That's a sorry ass. So when your specialty is supposed to be, somebody who's a timing quarterback, somebody who has awareness and accuracy, and you can't throw the ball with accuracy, you seem to not have the greatest awareness. Even your press conferences are terrible right now. Like, uh, I I just think that that's somebody that's you're kind of stuck with it with the Dolphins. You're just up in a fucked up situation with him. Obviously, injuries play a big part with him also. But $53 million a year, and you can't do the things that make you special. You're overrated.
Okay. My number 3, you'll probably find this one funny, interesting, amusing. I got Bo Nix. Bo Nix is Denver's winning. That is the only reason they're talking about Bo Nix like he is fucking Christ. They are talking about this dude like he Christ on earth. The dude is completing 61.2% of his passes. They're winning games. I mean, they beat the Chiefs 22-19. They beat the Raiders 10-7. They beat the Texans 18-15. They needed a miracle to come back to beat the Giants 33-32.
The Giants were playing good at that time.
Huh? Yeah. I mean,
Jackson.
he's had one game over 300. Again, I'm going to look at again. The guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games under 200 yards passing. I mean, he had one of those against Tennessee, and he threw for 40 times, and he threw for the 176. Do I think this is where I go to the term overrated? Do I think he's a bad quarterback? No, I don't. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. But if you look at the numbers of these games, they beat the Jets 13-11. Like, this team is like, you know how they say from one year to the next, all it is like that much in the NFL from being 13-3 to being 3-13. They do this next year, they're probably 3-14. Like, you're not going to get away with winning 13-11, 33-32, 18-15, 10-7, and 22-19. That's 5 of their 21-17. That is literally 6 of their 8 wins. What are they? 6? Are they? Let me see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 of their 9 wins. There's 9 wins are a possession or less. And he has not had I mean, he played one of his better games against the Chiefs, but against the Raiders, he threw for 150. Against the Texans, 173.
That's the only reason I didn't put him on the list, because that last Chief game kind of showed me a little something. His numbers weren't terrible as a rookie either. So
the Jets game 174. The Titans 176. The Chargers 153. Even the Colts 206. Like, that's not a guy who is elite in my opinion. That's a guy they're winning, so he's good enough. He's thrown 8 picks, 18-8. But that completion percentage of 61.2. Like, in today's NFL, like, if you're anything under like 67%,
65 is the barometer for me.
If you're anything under anything less than 67%, like, there's a problem, because these guys that are under it are throwing dink and dunks. Like, they're 10-7 against the Raiders. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's just trash. Now, mind you, his sports cards value is going way up. So if anyone has them, want to give me some, I'm happy to take them off your hands. By the way, Jalen Hurts, there's all kinds of rumbling right now. It's actually on ESPN right now, where there's mad frustration inside the organization directed towards him. They're not happy with him. They're not happy with him. But go ahead. Number 2.
They'll be all right. Dak Prescott. $60 million a year, 2 playoff wins. In year 10? You're on America's team. You're getting paid the highest. You got to get yourself to at least one conference championship. I'm not asking you to get to the Super Bowl, but a conference championship is doable. You had CeeDee Lamb. You have George Pickens right now. You had what's my guy name? Number 88 before. Who am I thinking about?
Amari Cooper.
You had Amari Cooper. I'm talking about 88 before that. Damn. Big receiver, went up against Green Bay Packers, caught the ball. Dez Bryant. You had some players, man. So you had a nice couple of tight ends. Had amazing O-line. You had Zeke in his prime the first 4 years.
But
and
that
you just
first
never
year is largely
got it
because
done.
they largely won because of Zeke in his first year.
Exactly. And then your last 2 playoff appearances, you have 4 interceptions. And you put up these amazing stats every year. But when it's time, to make those plays, we need to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Not getting it done. So that's why I'm gonna have Dak at number 2.
My number 2 is JJ McCarthy. And it was real hard not putting him number 1. Real
But I
hard.
know who you're going with.
It was real hard not putting him number 1 because JJ McCarthy has been glazed since Michigan, despite doing nothing at Michigan. Like he did nothing at Michigan. He rode an offensive line that was a monster who blocked for what the hell was the running back's name? I don't remember. But blocked for that bulldog running back they had, and they ran the ball down everybody's throat. That was like it was nice to watch them play because they kicked your ass the old way. Like that was it's the type of football that Mario Cristobal wants to play, but his offensive line ain't built like that, no matter how good he thinks it is. That Michigan O-line, when they won the national championship, was ridiculous. And they ran people over. Now, as a passer, the guy had like 6 of his last 7 games sub 200 yards. And you're acting like he's the reason that they got to the national championship. I mean, heck, if it wasn't for his wide receiver making a ridiculous play against Alabama, they lose that game because he stunk.
Mm-hmm.
And he stunk for most of the season. He wasn't very good. His completion percentage kind of like wipes the stench away from the fact that he doesn't contribute in big games. He doesn't contribute. He's just a guy like that. He's just a guy, and then he gets pushed in the up the draft board to where we thought at one point he'd be the top 4 pick because of the white privilege at quarterback that he was receiving, which we talked about many times, and every Minnesota fan lost their mind. You got rid of Sam Darnold, who had the best year of his life. The Vikings they won 13 games last year. Sucked for them because they're losing that last game to Detroit. Basically destroyed their season. I mean, they lost in the first round of the playoff, the wild card weekend. And you got rid of a guy, and that guy right now is in. I mean, that guy is right now in Seattle, throwing for 2,541 yards with 70% completion, 17 touchdowns. Yeah, he has 10 picks. I know the last game he had a real bad game.
4.
So that's literally 40% of his entire season was one game. That's why it kills me when people talk shit about Carson Wentz. He threw 4 picks. He's thrown 9 picks. Yeah, he threw half of them motherfuckers in one game.
It's one game.
In one game, and the other, and 2 of them in the other. And in both situations, one of them was a drop, and in the other game, 2 of them were great plays by the defense on Louisville, and the last one was one was a bad route, and one wasn't a bad route. Like, don't make him a bad quarterback. So yeah, he had one bad game, but you got rid of this guy to bring in this fucking bum like McCarthy. This guy, I mean, they made a big old thing about this dude when he won the first game of the season. Motherfucker threw for 143 yards in that game. But because they came back from down, oh my God, we're losing our minds. 13 of 20 for 143, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Like, this guy is certifiably garbage. Then he gets hurt like a few games in. So that's your thing of the injury thing. He's not even available to play.
Didn't even need it for him. He's just bad. He's just fucking bad.
He's played 5 games. He's thrown for 143, 158, 143, 150, and 248. And they won the games that he threw for 143 and against Chicago and Detroit.
And they should have won
those games.
No, and they should have beat Chicago the other day.
And he threw for 150. Like,
Rudy,
this guy has 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
The first 3 quarters,
3% completion rate percentage as a senior in his last year at Michigan. He's completing 52.9% of his passes.
The first 3 quarters was
pass the ball.
The first 3 quarters were god awful, and then he turned it around. He turned it around to some Tim Tebow shit, and I was like, please don't let this man win this game because
he is awful.
I know the people are gonna get on there Monday morning and, oh my gosh, did you see JJ McCarthy? He
And who
came
was it?
back in.
Did I send you the recording when I was in my car, and I sent you a recording of the radio literally trashing JJ McCarthy, didn't I?
No, you didn't send me that one.
I didn't.
Nope.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I recorded some stuff where a radio show I was listening to was absolutely skewering JJ McCarthy, killing
He was
him,
bad. No, he was
killing
bad.
him. No, they're worried about he's bad. No, they're saying he is bad, not that he
Yeah.
was bad. He's a bad player. He sucks. Like they were like, and this what kills me is like I said this shit last year before he got drafted. This here we go.
That Caleb Williams will outplay J.J. McCarthy. I can't put it any simpler than that. Well, blasting him. I'm buying all of it. And I do think the Bears can make the playoffs. And I do think the Vikings have gotten carved up defensively against the Chargers and the Lions and the Ravens and the Eagles who they've played out of the bye. So I expect the Bears game to go well on Sunday. But you guys don't understand. I'm protecting myself. No, okay, but here's the thing. You don't, if you really, I believe that you expect Caleb to outplay JJ. I do, because God forbid he doesn't. Honestly, it's a disaster if he doesn't. JJ's been, I'm not saying he's going to be bad. He may or may not be, but he's not ahead of schedule. Up to this point, JJ's been bad. And Caleb is coming off the two best moments, arguably.
That was first things first. That was Nick Wright and another guy. They were basically JJ McCarthy stinks. I started recording it late. So
Yeah.
no, he's terrible. And yeah, I was bothered by the pick last year. I'm still bothered by the pick. I'm pissed that they traded Sam Darnold. I'm not even a Vikings fan. You know, I know we know someone who is, and I feel bad for him because this is worse than Tua. Like this guy's horrible. This guy doesn't belong in the NFL. Like when
No.
you look at guys and you say, like this guy does not belong in the NFL. When you look at guys and you sit here and say, and we'll get to him later, Shador Sanders, when he makes comments about I'm better than most of these guys. Well, this guy I would agree with because this guy sucks. This guy's horrible. This guy has no business. This guy should be playing arena football. Well, he can't because he can't throw. CFL. Oh, he can't throw again, so he can't. He can't
go to CFL. Hell no. Hell no.
He should be coaching freaking high school football in wherever the fuck he's from. Where's he from?
Fucking
LaGrange Park, Illinois. He should be coaching some high school football team in LaGrange Park, Illinois, or being like some financial advisor or something. Like that's what he is. He stinks. So that's my number two. Who is your number one? Let me guess. You already know who mine is. I told you. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. No.
No?
I couldn't do it. It's Trevor Lawrence, man.
Oh.
Trevor Lawrence, man.
Oh.
Generational talent, they called him. They called him a generational talent. We haven't seen anything like this. One of the highest rated quarterback coming out of high school. Phenomenal. We called him what do they call it? Sunshine from Remember the Titans.
The fake movie Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans. Rudy, the man is 80-54 in touchdowns to interception ratio. Every quarterback in this day and age have at least a 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. He's not good, hasn't been good. He had that one playoff game when he came back against Justin Herbert. But other than that, he's been highly overrated. They won 4 games last year, which ended up getting them Travis Hunter. For what he's getting paid and what they thought about him coming out of Clemson as a freshman quarterback who won all his games, won a championship, won his first 34 games or 20-something games at Clemson before he lost to Ohio State one year. He's the most overrated quarterback in the league. I'm not going to call him a bum, but I'm gonna call him average, below average as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have at number one.
Okay. So my number one.
Don't do it. Don't
most
do it.
overrated quarterback in the NFL, and people are gonna skewer me for this more than likely. This is why I gave definitions for this stuff. This is why I gave definitions for this stuff. I'm gonna repeat it. This is why I gave a definition and a criteria, because under the criteria is you are rated up here, or you are perceived to be up here, but at the end of the day, you don't get the job done. And I don't care how many MVPs this guy has won. I don't care, because I didn't even think he was the MVP in either of those seasons. I think when they look at this guy, they avoid looking at I don't like the fact that now being a running back is now what makes you a good quarterback. That's not what it does for me. Like the having a versatile athletic QB is one thing. Having a QB who relies on his legs to make him a good quarterback is a completely different thing. And every time they talk about this guy's numbers, it is, oh, but he rushed for this. Well, I don't pay him to run the fucking ball. I pay him to play quarterback. Now, does that go into their offense because of their type of style? Maybe. But Lamar Jackson is every year supposed to win the Super Bowl. Every year. And every year, when it comes down to the game that matters, he absolutely chokes his fucking ass off. He chokes every time. And I don't mean like Josh Allen, we could say he chokes, right? We could say it. But it wouldn't be wholly accurate, because if you're now we can actually also go and say that this happened to Lamar as well. And I'll get into it. But Josh Allen should have never lost that game to the Chiefs when they were up by 3 with 13 seconds to go to play, and the coach don't know what he was doing on the kickoff. Dalton Kincaid dropped that ball that hit him right in the fucking chest last year. It hit him in the number. It hit him in the fucking hands. It hit him in the hands.
That was a tough catch.
Catch the ball. It's your job. Your job. Catch the ball. Catch the ball. Lamar Jackson did have a drop by Zay Flowers, or a fumble by Zay Flowers at the goal line.
Okay.
And he did have a drop by Mickey Andrews. I don't remember when that was. Was that this year? I don't remember what that was. That wasn't a playoff game. That was a playoff game?
Year. No, that was last year.
Was that a playoff game?
Yeah, last year, playoff against Buffalo.
Against Buffalo. But didn't they beat Buffalo? Didn't they beat Buffalo?
No.
Was that 2 years ago? 2 years ago they lost to the Chiefs in the conference finals.
They lost it. Yeah.
Okay. Conference finals against the Chiefs. That was when that was the fumble by Zay Flowers against the Chiefs.
That's Zay Flowers.
And then he threw a pick in the end zone. Just completely terrible decision. They scored 10 points in that game. 10 points. You're on your home field. 10 points. You're the MVP. You scored 10 points. Like, he's never won until that year he couldn't win a playoff game. He couldn't win a playoff game. But the guy's been named. Look at the numbers he had. If you go look at the numbers when he was named MVP, his first MVP, he was like 21st in passing. I mean,
they were also blowing teams out, and he wasn't even playing 4 quarters. But go ahead.
He was 21st in passing because he wasn't throwing the ball. He was running the ball largely.
Was he first in touchdowns? I think so.
Great. Touchdowns, wonderful. You're a quarterback. Your job is to throw the football.
My job is to move the ball up and down the field as a quarterback.
Yeah. Well,
however I do it, it doesn't matter.
However you do it. So when you throw for, he threw for that year. This is what he threw for. 3,127 yards.
Okay.
That is not an MVP season on any fucking planet for a quarterback in the last 40 seasons.
How much touchdowns he threw? 36?
36, great.
And 4 interceptions or something like that?
6. Okay, great.
Okay.
Again. And he won and he won the MVP in 23, throwing for 3,678 yards and 24 touchdowns
Okay.
and 7 interceptions.
Okay.
In fact, his season last year was better than the season that he won the MVP in.
So that also, what's going on around you, what's the other quarterbacks doing, other players in the league. But also, I'm gonna bring up this point. Can you name can you name a top 20 receiver he had on this team in his career ever?
I don't follow the Ravens that much, but they did say
when
they got guys. When people were raving about them getting Odell Beckham, I am saying
shit.
I am no good cut nothing. I think Odell's been garbage for 5 years. But
Okay,
when they sit here and jump up and down and bloviate about, oh my God, he got OBJ just did XYZ. Oh my God.
OBJ
You can't go both ways, bro. You can't go both ways.
OBJ was coming off an ACL injury.
Again,
OBJ was not the same player since he was a giant.
Brother, he hasn't been the same player since he was the Giants, but yet they fucking talked about him like he was about to be the MVP.
Yes, because of him off the field and his charisma and all the dancing and all the fucking TikToks he does.
Again,
but other than that,
let's go through the receivers that Lamar Jackson's had, because he's had an elite tight end the entire time. An elite.
He had an elite tight end.
Elite. He's one of the best tight ends in the league.
Can I get somebody on the outside one time in my life?
Great. I would like a fucking tight end for the Miami Hurricanes.
Hollywood. He had Hollywood, who was
when they drafted him, they were fucking ecstatic about him.
And we find out that Hollywood is a third-round receiver.
Well,
a third receiver.
They drafted him in the first round, right? They drafted him in the first round.
They did.
So he's an overrated receiver then.
Yes.
I mean, but when they drafted him, he was considered a great wide receiver. Zay Flowers. They drafted him. He's a first-round pick, right?
No, he's good. He's a good player.
Okay, you just said he has no receivers.
For most of his career,
damn good. Zay Flowers is a very good receiver. He has the best running back in football, or one of the best running backs in football. He's always had good running game with that team. Derrick Henry's on his team.
So let me tell you the problem. Let me tell you the problem with Lamar.
And now he has DeAndre Hopkins, who I know is later in his career. But come on now.
That's not DeAndre Hopkins.
Again, you're asking a question. I'm giving you the fucking answer.
I'm just telling you that's not DeAndre Hopkins. That's
an imposter by that name.
That's a 70% version of DeAndre Hopkins.
He's a starter on their team right now. So
I don't give a damn. That's not DeAndre Hopkins. That's not DeAndre Hopkins from Houston.
Do they got more weapons than the Dolphins?
No.
Who's playing wide receiver for the Dolphins besides Jalen Waddle? Can you name me the guys?
Nate Washington.
Who?
Nate Washington.
Are you sure? I have no idea who that is.
I'm pretty sure that's Nate.
How many balls has that guy caught this year? How many balls? Let's go look. I couldn't tell you who the receivers are. I think his name was, I thought it was Malik Washington.
Oh, it might be Malik Washington.
You know who the Dolphins' second leading receiver is? Actually, no, I'm sorry. No. You know who the Dolphins' leading receiver is?
H.A.
Devon Achane. He has the most catches on the team. 54 catches.
H.A.
Their number 2 receiver on the team is Malik Washington. He's got 234 yards receiving.
He don't have more yards than Waddle.
Waddle's first. He has 722.
Okay.
You could not name me another wide receiver because I have no idea who the fuck Nick Westbrook is.
They started off with Tyreek Hill,
Taj Washington, or Cedric Wilson Jr.
They
don't have Tyreek Hill anymore. Tyreek Hill's been a disaster since he got body slammed to the ground by the police, man.
How can Lamar Jackson be overrated when they told you that he was a fucking running back? They told you he should play receiver.
What do you mean?
He was a first-round
draft pick.
They told you that he wasn't a quarterback. They wanted him to switch positions.
They told me Justin Fields was dumb. You made him overrated. They told me when he got drafted, his football IQ was not very good. They told us that. They said, a lot of those guys said, don't know how he'll do when he's under pressure. He folds under pressure. And he's done that. He's folded under pressure.
The problem with Lamar
folds under pressure.
The problem with Lamar Jackson is that he never had a number 1 receiver. Secondly, the difference between him and Jalen Hurts Jalen Hurts would fucking tush push 99 yards down the field if that means winning the game. Lamar Jackson gets into the playoffs, and because white people told him that he should throw the ball instead of using his God-given ability as a runner to make plays, extend plays. He gets to the playoffs and he wants to prove the naysayer wrong. And he wants to be this elite thrower of the football instead of using his legs in the big moments and using them to get first downs to keep the defense on their heels. That's his problem. Not because he can't throw, not because he's overrated. It's because I don't know what happens when he gets to the playoffs between his offensive coordinator and his mindset of we have to throw the ball, because as a quarterback, if you're not throwing the fucking football, you're not a quarterback. That's the dumbest shit, when obviously his best ability is that he's the most dangerous person on the field with his legs, and he doesn't use it as a threat when it comes to the playoffs. And that's the problem.
He don't have the legs
because
anymore. He ain't the same.
What?
In fact, he doesn't have that same speed anymore.
Well, the other 6 years in the league, when he got to that time of the year, he didn't use the legs like he was supposed to. And why is that? Because GMs and white owners said, "Hey, to be an elite quarterback."
What you're telling me right now is that John Harbaugh decided in the playoffs, when all this guy does all year is run the football.
I think
all year. He
I think he
decided
heard
in the playoffs to say, Lamar, you better throw us the ball 45 times. You're telling me that the coach decided that to just throw the ball 45 times?
I think it's them
or Lamar
hearing
Jackson. Lamar Jackson wants to prove to people that he can actually win the game for them and not be part of the team.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think he hears what other people say, and he gets to that point, and he wants to prove. I also can't look away from the fact that a damn coach got against the Chiefs and didn't run the ball. You have Harry back there. You don't run play actions. You don't hand the ball off. You don't do things that are conducive to your quarterback best attributes. I just don't understand that. I think that has to do with a lot of people. I think that has Lamar in it. I think that has Harbaugh, and I think it also has their offensive coordinator. I forgot his name. I remembered it at one point, but I don't remember it now.
No idea who it is. Well, that's fine. That's my number one. I mean, it could change. They won't change this year because, by your definition, if you can't play, you're overrated. He's been hurt. He's been hurt half the season. So
he only missed like 2 games, maybe 3.
He's out, Murray. He's out again, by the way.
Who, Lamar?
Yes. He's missed.
When did he get out?
He's hurt. He's hurt again, Nick.
Well, since when?
Since right here, add Lamar Jackson to the ankle to the list of injuries. That was 27 minutes ago.
Is he gonna miss the game?
They were without them at practice with an ankle injury.
Today's Wednesday, man. You don't have to practice till Friday. Walk through. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Well, there you have it.
The running quarterback can't run? Okay.
He hasn't been running this year. But I bet defensive coordinators are still game planning for him to run.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the list, folks. Hope you enjoyed that one. What's up, Cuban Kane?